WhiskyJason, Whisky Liag Dublin 2024, together with
Alan
from
the Ardara Distillery.
Yeah, our Sliabh Distillers.
Yeah, so we're the Sliabh Distillers at the Ardara Distillery.
Yeah,
There's a little bit of confusion, but
the first time I went there, I went to the wrong distillery.
Yeah, we had to move house.
Yes. But you're a family pub, I heard.
Yeah, Nancy's is in the middle of the town, and it's the distillery's right behind.
Yeah.
So it's an easy commute for me.
That's right. Yeah. I'm sure it is. One of the most beautiful distilleries here. You can see with the glass front.
It's a great facility.
It's a great distillery. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of the distillery?
Well, so they started laying bricks 2020, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
Some of the bigger investors pulled out, and they started a crowdfunding campaign. Yeah. That went really well. We became Ireland's first crowdfunded distillery.
Yeah.
And as you know yourself, the Shanachie scheme is part of that. Like, it kind of came off the back of that. I mean, a lot of places, a lot of distilleries, you can buy your own cask or invest. Our one is nice. It's got a couple of nice little security blankets, and also you get the passion of the owners as well, and that's why I have one as well.
2 years ago I filled my own cask.
Yeah.
I mean, what else do you want?
I had to let my nephew fill ours because it's for our family, but I'm going to get another one. I'm going to fill it myself.
That's great. Well, I might just come by and bottle it as well. Who knows?
Yeah, sweet.
I mean, that's great. So usually James and his wife is here, and they do that. They were here yesterday.
Yeah, so they were here yesterday. They had to rush off today, I'm afraid. But yeah, the three of us are kind of taking over today.
Yep.
This is my first time here. I was told it was going to be chaos, and it's been absolutely amazing.
It's been amazing. Let's talk about the whiskies a little bit.
Cool.
Let's talk about Silky first.
So we're talking about the Silkies. When we're doing our tours or we're doing our tastings, we call it a journey through smoke. We start with the legendary, the dark, and then the midnight.
So we go from the legendary,
then the dark,
to the dark,
then the midnight.
Yes.
So that's the three. That's our core range.
All right. What's the difference between the three?
So the difference between the three is the first one's a blend of 5 Irish whiskies, 3 single malt and 2 grain, and there's a peated element of about 4% in there. This is a blend of 3, 2 single malt and 1 grain, and there's a peated element of about 15% in there. And this baby is all single malts.
Yeah.
It's the more elegant of the three, and it's the more elegant of the three. With it being all single malts, the fact that they're all different cask finish single malts gives it a nice point of difference. So the 3 standard ones are 2 bourbons and a sherry, but then you've got a Cabernet Sauvignon red wine cask and an Imperial Stout cask, which gives you a nice start and a really nice creamy end.
All right. And so the red one here.
The red one is that's our newest one. That's a Pomerol. So it's the legendary with the red Pomerol French red wine finish. Really approachable, and they're all really approachable price-wise, especially with having the pub as well. That's why you see us out a lot, is because pubs can afford to put you on and sell you. There's no point selling yourself out of the market, going on the top shelf and gathering dust. We want to move the product, so it's moving really well for us.
And this is actually after you have your own juice in the market. I was told this will remain as well.
Oh, 100%. The Silkies are going nowhere. We just cracked Australia. We're all over the States. We're not going anywhere. The Silkies will always remain. And then our own liquid. So
I'm just going to be
go for it.
What we have a 2-year-old single malt bourbon cask strength here.
So this is 2-year-old single malt liquid. We don't call this whiskey yet because it's not whiskey until October.
Oh yeah, I always forget how peated is.
Yes.
So what type of peat do you use?
It's peat.
Yes.
So we buy our grain in already malted.
Right.
But the turf that we use, some of it has come from Donegal, but some of it we're literally buying the malt straight in from Scotland.
Right.
But there's nowhere on the island that's doing enough quantity for us on the peated side. So hopefully in the near future that'll be remedied.
Talk briefly about quantity. How much whiskey do you make?
We're at the moment like 350,000 litres, and that's because the building. Well, we're probably at more like 400,000 litres.
Okay.
The building is kind of half done, so you'll see another side to this, in the next year or two, and that will up our capacity to the 500,000.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, that's the next push.
So, heated, triple distilled single malt here.
The unique thing about this liquid, and obviously you're a Shanachie as well as me, I had faith in this liquid before. I had faith in the business before I even started working for it. So I'm not just here to sing songs about it, but I have huge faith in it now, to the point where I'll definitely be getting another cask in the near future. But the way that the lads are cooking this, the way that they're creating it, is they're keeping the grain in. So after the first cook, they're then cleaning out that sludgy, sandy element out of the bottom of the cooker. They're taking it all through the fermenters and through the stills. Now, if you ask the boys in the warehouse or Graham himself, it makes an awful mess, and that's why we're the only place in the country that exclusively does that. But it's paying off in spades. To have people like Helen Mulholland and Ron Welsh evaluate your spirit, and we're like ticking boxes across the board. We were like kids at Christmas, seeing honestly, like kids at Christmas. The next day, I had 2 customers come in on the first tour, which is unheard of, and I sold them a cask of whiskey that morning because I was so excited about it. So it's nice to have that level of enthusiasm about it.
That is good. So what I'm asking everywhere at the moment, I don't know if you know this or not, we have different water. So in Kentucky we have limestone water, hard water. In Scotland we have soft water. What type of water do we have at Donegal? I mean, you grew up there.
Our water is, I would say it's right in the middle, but to be honest, the water from the distillery, I would notice a difference in it from the water in the pub. Okay. And that's because we dug our own well. We're getting the town's water. I would notice the water, even like just drinking, like you go in and have a big drink of tap water in the morning, you would notice how much better it is. To be honest, I think that because of the process the whole way along, it definitely has an effect, but I think we're using the water in such a kind of, you're using it in a way where the initial liquid, a lot of places will sell you a little bottle of their water. Maybe I shouldn't mention it in case we start doing that as well.
Who knows? You might do it. That's good.
We could call it Ardara Distillery water. Exactly. Who knows? Every avenue of business. Exactly.
You have a cask drink like this.
And I didn't know. Would you like a little bit of water to open it?
Yeah. All right. Go for it. Thank you. Oh yeah. It has a little bit of a piney.
Yeah. Well, there. What I get there is oaty was what I get, but that's just what I pull off it.
Okay. Very, very good. Oily, complex.
Yes.
Very, very interesting.
So that is. I wait till people have the taste of it first. That's 50 parts per million. Right. And to say that and to not like kind of slap you in the face with it, I think that's what is going to differentiate us and our style. And because you get that lovely smoke and it's there, but it's not hitting you the way that those Islays would, and that's what we're bringing back. This is Irish smoke, and that's the difference. And it's really important as well that we talk about Donegal and Ulster and how that history always was very historically smoky and peaty, and that's what we're trying to bring back. So it's I'm really proud to say that I'm from Ardara, but I'm really proud to be part of this whole thing as well.
Fabulous. So you were the right person to talk to today.
Well, I'm glad that you took me by surprise, but I'm glad it worked out okay. I only had to ask for a couple of bits of help along the way.
Graham's said talk to him. All right, WhiskyJason here, whiskey from
cool. Thanks very much.
Beautiful distillery. You can visit you?
Oh yeah, we do tours every day apart from Sunday. 10, 12, 2 and 4, and if you have a big enough group we'll make it happen. So just phone ahead, give us 20 minutes and we'll look after you.
That's very good. Where can we find you online?
We've got Sliabh.distillers.com, but there's also the Silky range. It has its own website, and our Dublin, the gins, have its own website as well. So you'll find us easily. Just type in Ardara, you'll find us.
Very good.
Nice one. Cheers. Thanks, man.